Hello guys, and welcome to yet another in-depth review here on N&T Auto Reviews. My name is Tyler, behind the cameras, giving you guys all of these in-depth walk-around videos. Today I'll be checking out a really surprisingly nice truck here, and it is of course the 2018 Toyota Tundra in the SR5 trim level. It does have some really cool packages and options, and it is in the double cab standard box configuration. Before we get started, I'd like to give a giant thanks to Curry Toyota Scion in Watertown, Connecticut for allowing me to check out the car in today's video. If you are interested in purchasing any Scion or Toyota, give them a call, stop by, or check out their inventory online. All their contact information can be found in the description box. Alright, so before we get into all the nitty-gritty details, I want to go ahead and show you guys the window sticker, just to show you guys how Toyota lays it out. So over here we have all of the basic information about the truck, so VIN number, all that good stuff. We have some crash test ratings right there. We also have some fuel economy information right over here. And then we also have our standard equipment right over here, so you can pause the video and quick read that if you wanted to. And also over here we have our optional equipment, which is what I wanted to go over with you. It does have the deck rail system, which is pretty awesome, which I will show you, which is in the bed. It also has the TRD off-road package, which gives us some pretty neat wheels, some suspension upgrades, LED headlights, really nice stuff going on there. And we also have the SR5 upgrade package, which gives us a bigger fuel tank. As you can see, it's 38 gallons. We get some lumbar support in there. We also have a nice upgraded steering wheel. All a bunch of good stuff that adds in the SR5 upgrade package. Then also towards the bottom we have our all-weather floor liners and our door sills. Also a bed liner with a deck rail. So all pretty good options there. We also have a $1,295 delivery fee and a total sticker price of $43,129. Alrighty, so a nice profile view of the side of the Tundra. And we're around side, we can talk about the colors. This one is called Super White, and it is one of 9 color options on the SR5 trim level. And finally, finishing off our little walk around of the exterior, we can go ahead and talk about some configurations. Now, as I see on the website, 4-wheel drive is the only drivetrain option available. You can also get double cab standard bed, which is a 6'5" bed, which is the one we have here. We have a double cab long bed, which comes in an 8'1" bed, and the Crew Max short bed, which is a 5'5" bed. Alrighty, so we can go ahead and start off the exterior details portion of the video. On the front of the truck, pretty mean looking head-on view. And we can start with our headlamps. Now, full LED units for both your high and low beams. You also do have LED daytime running lights, and you also have your turn signals up there as well. And if you take a look down below, we have a nice fog lamp that is surrounded in that chrome bumper right there, which is really nice. We also have some black trim down bottom. Nice big grill with a nice mesh on the inside, all surrounded by chrome. Nice air intake too, hood scoop. And we also have the nice Toyota emblem with all of our safety features, the sensors for our safety features hidden behind it. Pretty good looking front end. Alrighty, so take a look at our hood. You saw the hood scoop just a little bit earlier, but there's some other pretty cool indents, one over here towards the side and then one in the middle, kind of making a U shape. But take a look at these wheels. They are 18-inch wheels, and they are specific to the TRD off-road package. Really pretty nice wheels with the combination of that nice bright machined alloy color and the dark black pockets in there. The tires do measure 275/65. Looks like we have some pretty beefy brake calipers there, and we also do have ventilated disc brakes up front. We have some badging coming around the side telling us that we do have the big 5.7 V8. Also the nice Tundra badging. We also have some pretty large mirrors here, all in the matte black color. As you can see, the pillars are also in that matte black color and most of the window surroundings, as well as the door handles. There we have the parts content sticker if you wanted to see that. We also have our trim level badging, and our rear door handle for the half door is right here. We also have the fuel filler on the driver's side. We also do have disc brakes back here. Looks like they're ventilated. We have some decals on the side of the bed over here too. And wrapping around to the back, we have some pretty neat looking tail lamps, traditional bulbs in there. We also do have our dealer embroiderment there. Take a look at how cool the bumper is, the side of the bumper. Kind of like indents into the side of the bed there. Pretty neat chrome bumper there. We have our trailer hookups. And you can also see your spare tire right there, as well as our trailer hitch receiver. So we have our tailgate handle back here, all in the matte black finish with our rear view camera back there. And we also have Tundra stamped in the metal on the back of the tailgate there, which is a pretty cool touch. We will open the tailgate and check out the bed just a little bit later in the video. Alright, so now let's go ahead and check out what's underneath the hood of this Tundra. So yes, you guessed it, it is a nice big V8 that Toyota gives you in the Tundra. And it displaces 5.7 liters. It is naturally aspirated and it gets 381 horsepower at 5,600 RPM and 401 pound-feet of torque at 3,600 RPM. So you have plenty of power in this truck here. And you can see there's quite a small engine cover. You can even see all your spark plugs are easy to change. See, it takes the 0W20 oil. All of our belts are in there, pretty easy access. Our batteries right here. And the master cylinder over there. All of our fluid reservoirs are easily accessed. And our air box is right here too. Coolant overflow. Looks like a pretty easy access engine, which is good for the long term when mechanics are going to have to get their hands in there, change out the belts, all that routine maintenance when the car gets up in higher mileage. Alrighty, so now let's go ahead and check out the interior of the Tundra. You have 3 different color options, and you do get fabric seats on the SR5 trim level. Let's go ahead and start off on the door panel since we have it open. Nice big door too. We have some pretty nice materials that they use, so it seems like a nice soft touch leather right over here. Also where your arm is going to rest, it's going to be pretty soft as well. There's some nice painted plastics over here and down there. We also have our automatic down windows. All 4 windows are obviously powered. We have our lock unlock and then our child locks for the windows. We have a single speaker on the door as well as 2 bottle holders and some storage as well on either side. And most of the door is pretty much hard to touch, but where it counts it's nice and soft. So over here to the left of the dash we have a nice air conditioning vent right there. Also have a nice little trim piece there. Our mirror adjustments are here. We also have some lighting adjustments as well as our gauge dimmers. Our cargo lights are over here, and then we can also turn on and off our auto high beams. Down here we have our pedals, and our parking brake is right there. It's in the pedal style. We also do have that Tundra side cylinder. See if we can get a little bit off for you there. We're going to keep that covered so the new owner has it nice. Take a look at these seats. It has a really nice pattern for the cloth seats there. There's some stitching on the side, and it's a really soft, it almost feels like there's foam, like a really soft memory foam in the seats. Really comfortable. And they are 8-way powered with your 2-way lumbar. And the steering wheel also has the release right here for your tilt and your telescoping steering wheel. So let's go ahead and hop in, check out the rest of the interior, and we can start it up too. Alrighty, so here is the key that you need to use to start up the Toyota Tundra. It's got a pretty nice key design, definitely looks a little bit more modern than the previous key design they used. But we have the lock, unlock, and a panic alarm on the other side of the key. But obviously all you have to do to start it up is just stick the key in and turn it. Alrighty, so we can take a look at this really nice, durable feeling steering wheel here. It's got the urethane wrapped material here instead of the leather, so this is going to be a lot more durable than a leather wrapped steering wheel, which is what you want in a pickup truck, especially if you're taking it to the job site, and you got dirty hands or whatever. So as far as functionalities on the steering wheel, we have these two buttons right here that change between your radio stations. You also have these two buttons, which is for your volume. You have your voice commands button right here, a mode and a hold to mute button. We also have our Bluetooth phone controls over here. Making our way to the right of the steering wheel, we have these 4 quadrants for the little information display up there, which we'll get into. Also have a back for that one, and a select is in the middle. We also have a different page button right there for that screen too. We also have our lane departure warning. We can turn that on and off, and then our adaptive cruise control distance is set right here. And the rest of the cruise control functions are right here on the stalk, like on typical Toyotas. Over here we have pretty much all of our lighting controls. So our high beams are routed through here, our regular lights, as well as our turn signals, and our fog lights. And we also have our wipers on that side. Alright, so taking a look up here, we have our pretty nice design gauges. Pretty rugged looking. We see the rev counter and the speedometer over there. Kind of have the surroundings of, well, it looks like a gear, which is pretty neat. We have a couple of temperature gauges over here. We also have our battery voltage and our fuel gauge right over there. Actually, correction, I believe this is an oil pressure gauge right there instead of a temperature gauge. We also have, looks like a couple of speakers up on the top of the dash. Pretty nice dash. It is pretty soft to the touch, not exactly a hard touch plastic. We also have a nice rubberized pad up here that you can put whatever you need up there, and it won't slide around because it is rubberized. Over here, pretty rugged design again. We got some nice trim over here, and then even nicer sort of metal look, like a brushed metal look over here. So we have a couple of air vents to either side of the screen. It's a really nice screen. Toyota always uses a very easy to get used to screen there. So let's go ahead and check out some of the functions of this screen. Now we're on the home sort of screen, I guess you could say right now. It gives you 2 settings, so what your phone's doing and what your radio's doing. We can click the audio screen to expand our presets, we can see that. Then we could also scan channel list, all that good stuff over there. As you can see again, that is our home screen. And then we also have our phone screen, which will pop up when you have a phone connected via the Bluetooth. All your contacts and everything will sync over, and you'll be all set to be making calls and whatnot. So let's go into our general settings so you can see what you can fool around with when you first get the truck. We can configure our home screen, we can set up different voice commands. Bluetooth phone settings, audio, driver settings, vehicle settings. It's also a very responsive screen, so I don't find myself having to tap very hard on the screen. It's just a very responsive screen in general. I really like it. Now over here, kind of hiding behind the steering wheel, we have a couple of controls that I forgot to mention, but we'll come back to them. We all have a traction control off, tow haul mode obviously, and then this is for your trailer brake controller. We also have a couple of buttons out on the side of the screen, so play, pause, home, audio, volume knob is right here, tune knob, seek and track, and then we have our apps over there. So you have traffic and weather, which is pretty neat, which I believe is set up through the XM audio system. Now the nice Tundra logo right there below it We have our hazards right there. We have our climate control down here, so it's a single zone climate control. We can turn on our heated mirrors manually right there. We're circulating the air from the inside, and then we also have AC. Over here is our fan speed. Over here is our temperature, and over here is our different zones, so where the air you want to blow. Very easy to get used to climate control there. And we also do have our four-wheel drive settings right here, so we can leave it in two-wheel drive when it's not so slippery out. Down here, it might be a little bit hard to see, but we have some connections. So we have two 12-volt power outlets, as well as a USB, looks like a micro USB if I'm not mistaken. No, it's a regular USB and an auxiliary inlet there. And down below that, we have a little tray with a cup holder. We also have some more cup holders over here, so we have 3 cup holders just in the center console there. We also have our shifter, and I believe it is for a 6-speed automatic. Put it in gear, there's really no release lever, you just pretty much put it back into the gear you want to go in. We have a nice reverse camera with the little guidance lines. We have neutral and then drive. We also have the manual mode, so if you're towing the trailers, you want to get the right gear, put that right over into manual mode and you'll be set for towing any trailer you want. Over here's a nice storage place to put your phone. As you can see, I put mine there. We also have a really nice armrest. It's nicely padded, and there is miles of storage in here. Take a look at that. Very comparable to the other trucks in this class, but I'm just always amazed at how much room you have in here. You have a little card holder in there, some pen holders, a little space for tissues, but pretty nice center console there, I have to say. We also have a pretty nice auto-dimming mirror. We can turn the auto-dimming off right there. We also do have our garage door home link, so 1, 2, and 3 garage doors. And we also have a digital compass up there. A couple of lights that you can tap to go on. A little storage glass, or a little place to store your glasses. We also have our visors over here that are wrapped in plastic, so we're just going to keep it that way. And they do have a couple of lights and a mirror, which is always nice. Pretty nice headliner too, it's pretty soft. And we have a nice big dome light up there, but we're going to go ahead and check that out when we get into the back seat. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust my seat to a normal driving position. For myself, I am 5'10", and we're going to go ahead and check out how much space we have in the back there. Alright, so now that I have adjusted my seat to a normal driving position for myself, let's go ahead and check out how much room the double cab has to offer. Hey, and look at that, the sun's even coming out. Alright, so the double cab has a half rear door. The Crew Max has a full rear door. This is the double cab, as I told you guys earlier. Pretty nice rear door. It's actually a little bit larger than I thought it would be. But we have pretty much hard plastics all over the door, except for the armrest has a little bit of softness to it. You have the window switch, the door handle, and a lock unlock. We also do have a speaker on the rear door, which is nice. These rear seats are also pretty awesome. Pretty much the same design as up front. Nice soft seats with all the give in that seat. Nice headrests too. But as like in pretty much all pickup trucks, you can fold these seats right up. And you have a ton of storage for the under seat storage there. You also have some hidden storage where you can store whatever you need back here, which is always a nice feature. And to fold the seats back down, just pull the handle, and they fold right back down and lock in place. Let's go ahead and climb in and see how much room I have. Now I have to say, getting in and out of the Tundra is a little bit of a pinch, just because it's so high off the ground. I would suggest getting some running boards, either aftermarket or from Toyota themselves, but that's just a personal preference. So I do have about 1.5 inches of legroom, which is actually pretty good for a not a full-size rear door there. But we do have a pretty much flat drivetrain hump. You can see there's some accessories, so we have the carpeted floor mats and the bed accessories back there for the rails. If you fold this down, we have a couple of cup holders, which is pretty neat. We also have a 12-volt power outlet. So that's like the 4th 12-volt power outlet I've counted in this truck. Back here we can also open the rear glass. And there is no center armrest. So here's a nice little overview of the dashboard of the Tacoma. And next, let's go ahead and check out the front passenger space. One thing also that I'd like to point out, the back door almost opens at like a 90-degree angle, so you have no problem getting either cargo or yourself out of the back door. Alrighty, so passenger door is much like the front, or the driver's door rather. Pretty much the same material, so soft to touch where it counts, and hard plastic's pretty much down bottom. We have some storage, just like the driver's door, with the lock, unlock, window switch, and your door handle, of course. The passenger seat is manually adjusting, so we have the backrest right here, and the back and forth motion, so it's a four-way power adjusting, or manually adjusting seat. Pretty nice dashboard, some soft touch materials right here, lockable glove box. Not a whole lot of room in there, but you do have a nice little shelf system to help keep everything organized. Little penny tray in there for the passengers as well. But next, let's go ahead and check out the cargo box, which I know you've been waiting to see. Alrighty, so the tailgate is locking, and it's also easy opening, so it's dampened. You also have the bed liner that drops in there. You have some tie downs all around the bed, so in all four corners of the tie downs. You also have the rail system, as you can see, on either side. And you have a rail system at the back too, which is pretty awesome. And you can see our cargo lights right up there. Pretty nice when they're illuminated. And of course, this is the 6'5" bed. So in the medium spectrum of the bed sizes. And it's pretty easy to close the tailgate as well. So opening the door to the massive 38-gallon fuel tank. According to the window sticker, we're going to be getting 13 in the city and 17 on the highway miles per gallon. Which isn't that great, but you do have a huge fuel tank to make up for it. So to end this video, I hope you guys have enjoyed this review just as much as I have, and I hope you guys stick with us for future in-depth reviews.